Hey guys, I'm Logan Kirk with RockyMountainMysticMan.com. In this video, I'm going to discuss ways to help you be prepared to survive any of the many shit hits the fan scenarios that could be coming down the line at us. So if you're watching this, then I think it is safe to say that you are one of the many who feel this warrants your attention and are trying to educate yourself as much as possible on how to be prepared to survive. So there are many ways that we could experience a SHTF scenario, from economic collapse, natural disasters, war, the list goes on. It's near impossible to be able to predict exactly what will be the cause of an SHTF situation, but the effects and outcomes, they're foreseeable and can be prepared for. So first off, let's talk about what is going to happen when the grid goes down. So we are in a situation where electricity is no longer being distributed. It doesn't take much imagination or research to realize the effects that this is going to have on society. Sewer systems, failures, internets, cell phone communications, okay, credit, debit card use, all going to fail. Water is going to stop flowing to your homes, you guys, and your businesses. So as the pump stations, these things require electricity to work. So places that have gas and diesel generators, they're only going to be able to work for a limited time before their supply starts to run out. So this means places like the local hospitals, government facilities, FEMA camps, Walmart, etc. They're all going to become useless and extremely dangerous places to be. Within the first 3 days, we are going to see the big supermarkets begin to run out of their products. And since supply trucks will most likely not be running, we're not going to see a resupply of the shelves, you guys. That's not going to happen. And we've all experienced this problem in some way or another, especially during the beginning of the pandemic, right? You guys remember the toilet paper, all right? How about the cleaning supplies? It all couldn't be replaced, and it wasn't even a shit hits the fan situation. That's just a taste of the reality that we're going to be facing. So, for instance, like gasoline stations, they need electricity to pump gas for your car. So the stations that still have electricity and the capability to pump out gas, they're going to have long lines of dangerously desperate people with lots of cash on them. That's going to be a bad place to be caught up in. So let's also not forget that ATMs, they require electricity to run. So imagine how dangerous it is going to be to try and use one that happens to still be running. It's best to have cash stockpiled beforehand for just the first few days of an SHTF situation, and don't try to acquire it after the fact. So when stores run out of supplies and those that did not prepare for the situation start becoming, well, let's say increasingly desperate, we're going to start experiencing widespread looting and violence. We all witnessed over the past year, because of social injustice, all the riots. Imagine those same people who are more than likely not prepared for these scenarios. They're now willing to do whatever it takes to survive, even kill. This is why urban environments, cities, be absolute death traps, you guys. That is why survival skills and preparation ahead of time is essential. Now, after a week or so, supermarkets and drugstores, they're going to be bled dry of all essential goods and medical supplies by those who failed to prepare. So don't let this be you. As soon as you realize the severity of the crisis, you need to act, okay, by removing yourself from heavily populated areas. This is where being a mountain man, it gives us the advantage, as we already live as though shit hit the fan, and we're self-reliant for all our basic needs year round. The extras provided by society, those are just an added boon to our daily life, and those can be shed at any moment, at a moment's notice, and just left where they lay. Okay, attachments to modern society are so very dangerous if you can't just drop them and not look back. At this time, people begin to realize that, cash is also worthless, as it is just paper, and you will need to be prepared to begin bartering with others if you can't be self-reliant for all the things that you need. That is going to mean that you will need to trade something of value you already possess for something else that you need. Mountain men and their families should at all costs try to limit the exposure to desperate people and be as self-reliant as they can possibly be. It is also at this time that we're going to see armed gangs and groups. They're going to have formed, and they're going to hold your life and those of your family with little to no regard, as their own motives of survival, that's what's going to be most important to them. Being a mountain man and knowing self-defense, now that shouldn't be a problem, right? Because we already survive and thrive in dangerous environments and situations with predators and other dangerous humans. And this is where we have the advantage over so many others who will just head to the hills during SHTF. And they don't possess the true skills or the acumen to survive in the high country. You'll need to be ready to assess all interactions with other humans, you guys. At this time, you're going to have to do it quickly and without regrets. I'm not saying to lose all of your compassion, but you have to begin thinking about long-term survival for you and your loved ones. It's not going to be an uncommon thing, to see populated areas begin to be overrun by trash, abandoned cars, and dead bodies. There's going to be no help from the government, at least none that a mountain man should trust. It will mostly be gangs of desperate people and rogue divisions of military and law enforcement who have band together for survival and their own motives of establishing control. After the first month has passed, we're also going to begin to see loosely formed communities of people. So use your common sense and be weary of everyone. But community, it's going to be necessary for long-term survival through the SHTF situation. So remember that illness and starvation are going to bring out the worst in humanity. Wherever you go to survive, you need to think about some basics, all right? So obviously security is a top priority. This is why I recommend black powder weapons, because you can manufacture everything you need. So it's easy, and you're not going to be subject to the ammo crisis everyone else will be facing for self-defense and hunting. So long-term food storage is also going to be equally important. Whew. As mountain men, we already, should be skilled at this, as well as gardening, okay? Our heirloom veggies during the summertime, just remember, during SHTF, cities are death traps. FEMA camps will kill you. And when disaster strikes, it's too late to get prepared. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and for more videos like this, you guys. And to see more of the modern mountain man life. So thanks for checking in, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.